Hey there, it's Jenny Hobbs, Fit Mom MD, and Happy New Year! Welcome to 2020. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super pumped for this new year. I mean, I always love a fresh start, as you can imagine. I'm one of those girls that loves her planner and her, goal setting and all that kind of stuff. So I get excited with a new week, a new month, a new quarter. I set new goals, a new year, of course, and then a new decade is even more exciting, right? So I'm pretty pumped. It's funny, I've been seeing people talking about, oh, well, we say it's a new decade, a new year, whatever, we place all this importance, but it's really just artificial because we've decided on this calendar system and we've decided this day has a meaning, it could be any day, right? Any day. And it's true. You do not need a new year or a new decade to make a new start. You can start anytime, right? There's nothing special about that one particular day. But we are, humans are emotional beings. We're not always logical. And when we feel that excitement and that emotion that comes with a new important day, a new fresh start, that motivates us, right? And I say, let's use the emotional feeling that comes with this, the motivation, and let's use that so that we can accomplish some really great things. And so we can set some really great goals and accomplish them. So that's my feeling, is we're emotional people, we might as well accept it and use it to our advantage, right? So today, I want to talk with you about how I create a vision board for myself and set my goals for each year. And I'm going to walk through with you how I do this as a digital vision board, which I think is really a super simple and quick way to do this. Now, you can absolutely make a vision board with poster board and get some magazines and cut things out and make an art project out of it. I will tell you, I'm the girl whose, art project drawer in 4th grade, my parents went to conferences, was completely empty. I just refused to do art because I wasn't good at it, which is a whole nother story, and having a positive growth mindset. But I was just like, I'm not good at this, I'm not doing it. Got in a little trouble. So I'm an adult now and I don't have to do art projects if I don't want to. So I'm not doing an art project vision board, but you certainly can if that is your jam. What I'm going to do, and what I did last year, is a digital vision board. And I think it's really great if you're super busy or not artistically inclined or just don't want to have to go buy a bunch of magazines and stuff. And I also like it because a digital vision board is something that you can take with you, because you can have it on your phone, you can have it on your desktop background, you can also print it out and use it. So I think it's really cool way to do it. So I'm going to walk you through that step by step, and I'm going to use as an example the goals that I set last year, and I'm going to do a little recap for you of how I did on those goals and how I did at moving closer to my big vision for my life. So I'm super excited to share this with you. If you want to be able to follow along, I did create a PDF where you can literally print it out or look at it on your device while I'm talking, and it walks you through this step by step. So everything is saved for you. You don't have to take notes. I will put the information for that down below. There will be a link for you to access that. If you have any trouble with that, just email me. This is, like I've said before, this is a small operation here. If you email me, jenny@fitmommd.com, you will get me. I can get that to you, no problem. I do want this to be the most valuable, practical way that I can share this information, and I don't want you stressing about taking notes. I want you to be able to have that at the ready after this so that you can make your own vision board. Oh, and last but not least, if you make a vision board, send it to me. I would absolutely love to see what you come up with and cheer you on as you try to achieve those goals. All right, so here we go. Okay, so if you could see here, I'll show you, this is the vision board I made last year. I'm going to show you how I created this and how I printed it out so I could look at it wherever I go. But this is what has worked really well for me. So let me tell you step by step how this goes. And if you have your PDF that I made for you, this will be step 1. So step 1 is you need to take some time to think about your vision for your life, okay? And think about your life in all different areas, your relationships, your work, your travel, your home, your family, all these kinds of things. Maybe if you want to include spirituality or creativity or your mission, your community, think about your dream vision of what your life would be like, and dream big. Do not limit yourself. Do not think, oh, practical, this won't work, that won't work. Just think of your big vision. And this is not a vision you're necessarily going to achieve this year, but I want you to have that vision in mind as you create this board and also as you set your goals. So really spend some time, journal, get it out there, make it big and broad. And I want to tell you guys, it's okay to take some time to do this. I know I find that I'm always fired up at the beginning of the year, and then I'm disappointed about a week into the year because I'm like, oh, I haven't made my vision board and I haven't set my goals and I haven't started everything and my kids are still not in school and I have no time. Guys, it's okay. Last year, I did not get this all finalized until maybe the 3rd or 4th week of January, and it was still a great year, and it still set the vision for my year just fine. So I still took action during the first 3 weeks of January while I was making this. But don't think you have to have this all together. I want you to spend some time and really ruminate on this and feel like it's a vision that you can be excited about and that gets you fired up inside. That makes you, your stomach flutter because it's like, I don't know, could I really have a life like that, right? Could I really travel 5-6 times a year anywhere I want to go, right? Could I really have that lake house property? Could I really have my dream house in that neighborhood I've always wanted to live in? Could I really have this crazy income I never thought about? Could I really, have 5 nights a week to be unplugged after 5 p.m. with my family and at home? Like whatever it is, could I really be, pay for gymnastics for my daughter, whatever it is that you want, okay? So think of all the things, big or small, that would make your life ultimately your perfect vision. That's step 1. Then step 2 is I want you to narrow that vision down into 10 goals that feel a little bit more manageable. So things you want to maybe accomplish this year and the next couple of years. And I like to pick 1 or 2 goals from each of those areas. And so again, I don't think this has to be stuff you're going to finish this year, but just kind of like taking that bigger vision and really getting it narrowed down into 10 more manageable goals that you can specifically achieve that would kind of build that vision for you, okay? And in fact, I'll read you some examples of mine. So last year, as I was going through the year, I think I've talked about this, I write those 10 goals down in my notebook every day. You don't have to do that step. I just really like that part. I think writing it down every day in addition to reviewing the visual board helps me stay focused. So for me, like some of my goals are, and I say them in an I am, so as if I've already achieved them or owned those goals. So I am at my healthiest weight and full of energy and confidence. Maybe yours is something about losing weight, maybe just whatever athletic performance, whatever is important to you. Another one would be, I am a joyful, engaged, and empathetic mom who spends time with her children every day, unplugged time with her children every day. I take yearly vacations to a sunny resort spot, a ski destination, a Disney destination, a romantic trip with just Kevin, and an international trip. I have a lake place on the water. Well, I guess that's redundant. I just always write, I have a lake place, etc. And I think I've talked with you guys before. I am a sought after speaker and mentor. So these are the things, you have to decide what yours are. I even have one that is, I have 5 close friendships with like-minded women or couples, because last year I was really, when I thought about my vision, I knew I wanted more time with like-minded people to be social with them and have great friendships. So those are some things that I am focusing on to build my vision. I've achieved some of them. I've worked closely. I've gotten close to achieving some of them. Some of them I haven't come anywhere close to achieving yet, and that is okay. I also have income and financial goals there. So now you've got your vision and you've got your 10 sort of goals that you're focusing. So the next step is to choose some photos that help you evoke the feeling of having achieved those things. And again, I want you to have pictures on here that will make you feel like I accomplished that, like I just did that thing. Like for me, one of my goals is to achieve a certain rank in my company that I'm in. And so when I think about that, I think, what will it feel like to walk across the stage and be recognized as a 5-star diamond coach, right? And so I literally feel what that would feel like to look at my team of leaders out there, knowing that we've worked together to build that, right? And when I think about my travel goals that I just told you about, I think of how it will feel to be like going skiing with my kids up at Whistler, right? Or how it'll feel to be at an all-inclusive resort in Cabo, sitting by the pool with Kevin, with our kids, playing in the water. I really experience it, and I want pictures that evoke that feeling. Okay, and that's important. So you can see when I do this, a lot of my pictures are actually pictures of me and my family doing things. So this is one of my kids out on the water enjoying some time in the summer. This is, kind of a dream house on the water for me. This is my time with Kevin having date nights, because that's part of my goals. This is my dream backyard. And so some of these are ones I already just took literally from my own photo album that I knew I wanted. And then some of them are actually, things I stole from other people or from websites of places I want to go. Some of them are, from websites of, events or things I want to attend. If I can't find the picture that I want, then what I do is I actually create it. So I use an app like Canva or WordSwag. I love WordSwag. I can do it from my phone. I can add different images together on top of another image. I can take For example, here I just said, you know, one of my goals was to be debt free. And so I just made an image that said that on there. Another example of that is here. I had my word of the year last year, connection, and then my daily mantras to myself and affirmations that help me get my mindset right up here. So I make some of those. I get some of those from the web. I just download them, and then some of them are from my own camera roll. Okay. So I identify those pictures and I create an album in my iPhoto and on my iPhone that is titled Vision, or you could do yours each year. So you could say Vision 2020, Vision 2021, whatever, however you want to do it. Or you can get more creative. I'm not the most creative person. Okay, but I create that album and I drag all these into that album. Super simple, right? And I arrange them the way I like. And a great number to use would be 15, because 15 is the size of your, I think that fits really nicely as a screenshot on your phone. I ended up, I think, doing 24 last year because I wanted I like the way it printed out on these pieces of paper. Okay, so you can kind of decide, but try to get something from all those different 10 goals. And so obviously 10 goals, 24 pictures. Some of them are, you know, one of my goals is several places to vacation. So I wanted several pictures of those because that evokes so much emotion for me. Just looking at, you know, some of these pictures brings me back to those moments and how I want to have more of those moments whenever I want them, right? Okay, so you've made your album, you've picked your pictures, you've, you know, created the ones that you need to create, or you've pulled them, you know, downloaded them. I've got it all on here. So now this album could simply be your vision board. You could be done, okay? But I like to actually take this, view my iPhone album on my desktop, and then actually take like a screen grab, and the directions for all that are on the PDF I made. Take a screen grab of that, and then I can turn it into, you know, something I can print out. And then when you print this out, like I said, I think before, I printed out a couple copies. So I printed one copy to go up here so I could look at it each day in my office. I had this copy printed out and placed inside my planner so I could look at it each morning while I was doing my journaling and writing down my 10 goals in here. And then I also, of course, had it on my phone. And what I really like, so this is the last step. You've got to review this every day for this to work. You have to be looking at it every day and evoking that feeling of accomplishing these things and really getting fired up, because that's what is going to keep you focused on these goals. And what you focus on every day, right, is what you will attract. What you focus on is what you will get in life. And if you get distracted by everything else, you're not going to be focused on building this vision. And when you are fired up and truly fired up about this vision and these goals, you will be amazed how you will see opportunities to make them happen. And I've talked about that in another video too, how I had sought after speaker and mentor on here, and I actually found opportunity for that to start happening that I didn't even expect, because I was just putting out my focus in the right way. Okay. Plus, it will keep you from getting distracted by things that don't fit this vision or things that are negative and pull you away from it, because you're going to have a lot of setbacks and struggles, right? So you want to review this every day. As I mentioned, put it up on your wall, put it in your planner, write down those 10 goals. And then this is a really cool thing I like to, on my iPhone, the album vision, you know, that I have there, you can actually create a, I forget what they call it. You can like create a slideshow basically of your album, and it will set it to music for you. So you can literally be like listening to, you know, music that gets you inspired, looking at these photos that get you inspired, reviewing your word of the year, your mantras, your goals, and really get in the zone. And you can do that every morning. And that's what I recommend that you do. Keep it super simple. And then if you don't get to it first thing in the morning, don't beat yourself up. Just when you remember, you'll always have this with you, because you'll be in your office. You can look up, you'll have your planner, or it'll be on your phone. Super easy, does not take a lot of time, and will keep you focused on your goals, and trust me, it will make a huge difference. Okay, so that is it. That's the process I use to make this vision board. And guys, I cannot tell you, I have accomplished some of these things. I am debt-free. I did accomplish a bunch of date nights with my husband, a ton of unplugged time with my kids, a ton of travel. We've got several new things actually booked for this year that we ran out of time to do last year, but at least we had our vision focused on making those things happen and setting aside the money. So that is super exciting. What else? Oh, this is all about growing my team of like-minded women, and I have so many new pumped up like-minded women on my team right now. It just fires me up every day, inspires me. So that's super exciting. But you know what? I missed some too. I didn't grow my income as much as I would have liked. I didn't achieve the 5-star diamond, the goal that I was talking about. I didn't achieve the leadership retreat. But you know what? I did a lot of the things. I didn't accomplish all of them, and I'm going to look at that honestly. I'm going to set a new vision and a new set of goals for this year, and I'm going to go at it with the same level of intensity and belief, because I know that is how all great things come to pass, right? And with that said, I believe that you can absolutely achieve everything that you put on this list. And I believe that this process will truly make it easier for you to achieve your goals. So please try it out. Let me know if you do try it out. I want to see your vision board. I want to see what you're working on. You can email me at jenny@fitmommd.com, JENNY@fitmommd.com, anytime to share your vision. I would love to share your word of the year. Ask me questions if this didn't make sense. And if you do want to do this process, I highly recommend that you grab the PDF guide that we made for you. It is linked below, and it just spells it all out super simple. So with that, I hope that you have an amazing weekend. Please be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications below. I have some more great content in the works for you guys. Next week, I'm going to talk all about how I set up planners, the important components you need in your planner system, so that you can take all this and turn it into action on a day-to-day basis and not go totally crazy and achieve your goals. So please come back and join me for that. And in the meantime, have a great weekend.